Why am I headbanging to this music? Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant. Welcome back for more of Let's Play Mario Kart Super Circuit. Last time, we went through the Flower Cup, and today we're going to be taking a look at the extra Flower Cup, getting back to some of the SNES courses. And again, staying silent so I can get the goddamn boost. Really take pride in that. I mean, there are a couple of games where I'm never able to get the boost, but when I'm able to get the boost, goddammit, I want the boost. Give me the boost! Why did I start a video like that? It's probably the stupidest thing I could have done. But yeah, this is one of the courses I know in 7, if you have the paraglider, that there's like a jump over to the left or something, or maybe thinking of another one of the Mario Circuit remakes. I don't remember. I think it was 2 that was in that game. But if you're able to make that jump over there, there's a little bumper on the left side that lets you jump with the paraglider, and you can take a little bit of a shortcut that way. That's not in this game, because you don't have a paraglider, but I felt obligated to mention it, because whenever I get to a course that people have seen in some of the later games with retro tracks and whatnot, they're going to say, why can't you do this? Why didn't you do that? It's not in this game. But since this was the 3rd Mario Kart, and Mario Kart 64 didn't have any, this is, well, I guess by default, the first Mario Kart with retro tracks, considering that it's essentially its own game plus Super Mario Kart. So it's kind of weird to say that it's got retro tracks, because if you've played Super Mario Kart but not seen this game before, you might as well just call it a cheap port with 20 new tracks. I don't know. It feels like an entirely new game, even though those old games are still there. And I do kind of like it. You can appreciate it for being its own game, despite the fact that it has all the SNES tracks. But even though you do have to make 5 laps around them, they still go incredibly quickly, which I'm very thankful for. And now, my second least favorite of the types of SNES tracks, the Choco Islands. This is also where I get really annoyed with my drifting. Although it hasn't necessarily been an issue yet, it will in a little while. But yeah, if you haven't picked up on it yet, the little weep 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 is the red shell picking up a target and then going after them. So if you hear a Bino from Toad, it's because I failed to set the trap. I don't know why I did that, but it was because it fell for one of my traps. And I think that was also introduced in this game, that your character does a little yippee after they hit somebody with a trap. And this is probably where I should start not drifting, like not jumping to drift. Like I said, it's just about all I did when I was a kid, so it's pretty much all I know how to do. But it's a habit that, in this case, I should probably get out of, especially with that particular turn. But considering how far ahead we are of everybody else, and I take 3 seconds to look down at the mini-map to say that, and I didn't spin out, I'm actually surprised. But I should probably not. It didn't really make a difference whether or not I drifted there, did it? I don't know. I'm still getting my feel for not drifting. I'm sure a couple of you have expressed your opinions on whether or not the drifting is actually good for you or not. I know, at least having been exposed to some of the later games, especially the handhelds where you're used to much better styles of drifting, this can be really difficult to get used to. Which is why it took me a good while to get used to them again. But Ghost Valley 2! I've raced this one so many times! And I'm sure most of you watching this have as well, and you already know why! So let's not waste any time with it. I'm not going to try to make that jump. I don't remember whether or not it's possible to without some kind of speed boost. But yeah, this is one of those incredibly short courses. I hope that green shell doesn't come back to hit me. But like in 64, if you play with the drifting a little bit too much, it will penalize you and you will spin out, so just be very mindful of that if you're going to be abusing the drift. And also, for some reason, you can't use items when you're going over those little jumps. But yeah, running into those walls, be very mindful not to run into the same wall twice. And not drifting was actually pretty helpful there. And did the red shell give up, or is it still chasing me? Or did I wall it? I'm not sure if you can even wall red shells in this game. I know you can deflect them with walls and such. I guess that means you can wall them. Why do I ask questions that I know the answer to or provide the answer to immediately afterwards? And I will be extremely impressed with myself if I don't fall off, he falls off immediately. I haven't fallen off yet. Why haven't I fallen off yet? I jinxed myself already! Why haven't I fallen off? I guess it's not worth complaining about. For a game I've already considered to be extremely difficult to avoid falling off in, I'm doing a lot of not falling off. But then again, we haven't really been exposed to that very much. Like in Donut Plains 2, for instance, where you can't really fall off. Well, I suppose you can. I forget whether or not there's water in here. I think there is. Is there water in here? Yeah, there's definitely water in here. And this isn't the kind of water that you can drive on either. This is the, once you fall in, you're sunk, essentially. Although Lock 2 does give you a little bit of time to get out of the water. At least the really deep water. Again, I really hope I don't have to show it off, but I know I'm going to wind up showing it off anyway. And I'm not too concerned about falling behind this early, because at least in 100cc, it's not too bad. I'm just not used to playing catch-up. Now, the star, don't really like the star. It does help you go faster, but you're extremely difficult to control when you go that fast. So I generally like to save it for a straightaway or something where I know I don't need very good control over where I'm turning or where I'm going. But stars are relatively frequent in this game. I think, especially if you're in second place and you're a CPU, you get it a lot more often than most other normal people do. Or at least it seems that way. I mean, if I'm in first, it's very unlikely that somebody in second isn't going to be chasing me with the star. And sometimes I'll find they get it like twice or 3 times or 4 times, and it's really frustrating. It doesn't seem like they get too much of a speed boost from it, though, which does help. But if they touch you, you still spin out, so you gotta be mindful of that. I'm surprised everybody has missed that banana. You consider the fact that it was a CPU that put it down, that a CPU would probably run it over again because they're prone to going that way. But it's still there. I'm not entirely sure why. So if we can get around here, I think we're good to go, and we have... Oh no, we have that too. See, Donut Plains is very well known for its hairpin turns and U-turns and all of those fun turns that I had to take that one extremely tight if I wanted to beat Yoshi. Kind of went all or nothing right there. But even in Donut Plains 2, those kinds of turns are still relatively manageable. They're going to get much more annoying later on, and that was the end of the cup. Holy crap, are these going fast. This is UniversalGiant! And next time we'll take on the Star Cup. See you then.